Yes, am I audible on a clear note? Guys, voice వినిపిస్తుందా? Am I audible, guys, over the web? Can everyone confirm me at least over the chat, or you can
Yeah,
unmute it?
audible.
Yeah. So let me share the screen and yeah, this will be our first class. Okay, so I'll try to talk in English. Okay, English and Telugu, like okay. So ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఈ సెషన్ వచ్చేసరికి డెవాప్స్ డెమో అండి. సో ఇది పర్టికులర్గా నార్మల్గా 3 months డ్యూరేషన్ ఉంటుంది. సో మనం దీంట్లో వచ్చి కవర్ చేసే టూల్స్ ఏంటిదంటే ఫస్ట్ ఇనీషియల్గా లైనక్స్ అడ్మిన్ చూస్తాము, అంటే వాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ అప్ టు DevOps engineers, and beyond that as well we'll try to see. And next we'll try to start, okay, with respect to DevOps with the tools. And further, once DevOps tools are completed, we'll try to see some of the AWS services. And let me introduce myself, Andy. So I do hold around approximately a decade of experience in this IT. So where I was associated closely as a Linux administrator for some years, and then I had switched to build and release engineer, deployment engineer, cloud associative, DevOps engineer, junior DevOps, and senior DevOps, and many other things, and SRE. So yeah, సో టైమింగ్స్ వచ్చేసరికి 7:30 to 9 p.m. ఉంటాయి డైలీ. 27th నుండి యాక్చువల్ క్లాసెస్ ఫ్రమ్ 7:30 to 9 p.m. The classes will be held, and the date will be 27th May. From 27th May, it gets started. And this is the number. Okay, if you are interested, you can call to this number, or like, yeah, మోడ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రైనింగ్ విల్ బి ఆన్లైన్ అండ్ ఆఫ్లైన్. అండ్ ఆఫ్లైన్ పీపుల్ కూడా రావచ్చు ఇక్కడ, లైక్ కేపీహెచ్పి దగ్గర, నార్మల్గా వివేకానంద నగర్. విల్ ట్రై టు సెండ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ద అడ్రస్. ఓకే, యూ క్యాన్. వాట్ వీ విల్ బి కవరింగ్ ఈస్ ఇనిషియలీ లైనెక్స్ విల్ బి కవరింగ్. ఓకే గైస్, you know, even if you don't know anything, from this scratch we'll try to start. Okay, from this scratch we'll try to start, even if you don't know anything. And once Linux is completed, shell scripting, then AWS and DevOps. Okay, DevOps or AWS depends. Yeah, mostly DevOps. AWS will try to start, and further DevOps. So we'll try to start what is server, CPU, RAM, ROM, NIC card, and everything. And next after that, we'll try to understand file hierarchy. File hierarchy. Linux lo C, D, E. These kind of things will not be there. Okay, Linux lo C, D, E అనేవి ఇట్లాంటివి ఏమి ఉండవు. ఫైల్ హైరార్కీ ఎట్లుంటది. సో file level management we'll try to see. We'll try to understand some of the cat commands. Okay, file commands like mkdir, rmdir, cat, vim, ls, these kind of commands, file level management. And next, user level management. Who are all users, how to create the users in the particular Linux box, and how we can give some of the permissions, how we can add that particular users into group. All of these things we'll try to see. It is group level management. Once user level management is completed, we'll try to see the group level administration. And after that, we'll try to understand some of the pseudo powers, and next to that, package management. And once it is done, and next to that, like network management, we'll try to see. Okay, like package, everything in particular Linux we call it as a package. We will not say software. In Windows we call it as a software, in Linux we call it as a package. And network management will be there. Okay, all the networks, like how networking, if any particular thing gets break, how you'll try to troubleshoot all of these things, networks related things. And next to that, we'll try to see process management. It is kind of a task manager. So you'll have task manager in Windows. You'll be able to understand which process is running run some of the task manager. You'll be able see all of the things in a detailed fashion. So how much RAM is consumed, how much ROM is consumed, performance, which process is consuming how much of CPU, disk, memory, network, and everything. As we don't have UI, okay, we'll be going with respect to process management is kind of a task, like which process is consuming how much of CPU, RAM, ROM, and like these kind of which user is running that process, all of these things. Next we'll try to see some of the disk management. What is the disk? I mean, I'm stressing the thing regarding ROM, guys. Okay, hard disk. Next to that, memory management, IO management, troubleshooting, raw commands like set memory. In the sense, I'm stressing here with respect to RAM, like what is the free space available RAM, how you can increase. IO management, troubleshooting. Okay, raw commands like set, awk, cut, grep, everything we'll try to see. What is shell scripting. Next, once Linux is completed, we'll try to see the scripting, guys, because in order to become a full-blown DevOps engineer, you should have some skills with respect to scripting. That will be shell scripting. That can be shell scripting or PowerShell scripting or Python scripting. So you should be very comfortable with any or the other scripting. I'm not restricting, or I'm not telling that you should know Python for sure or PowerShell for sure. Anything, any particular. PowerShell and Python are cross platforms. Okay, this and shell scripts works with respect to Linux, and PowerShell works with respect to Linux and Windows servers, and Python can also work with both the flavors. Why do we need shell scripts? How we'll try to automate, how to create and use variables, testing and decisions making, command line arguments, input and output, conditional statements, and exit status. Okay, so once those were done, filters like grep, awk, cut, set with there in Linux admin on a normal node, we'll try to see here. Advanced scripting, advanced things we'll try to see. Okay, functions. Okay, wildcards, loops, case statements you'll try to have. Okay, loops in the sense for loop, while loop you'll try to have. Case in the sense case like if statements, if that case gets executed, case statements will be there. Conditional statements will be there. Okay, if and further you'll try to have like different statements like case statements. If that particular case matches, try to execute all of that. And logging, debugging tips, and bash script, bash shell options. Okay, and working with remote servers, how do you take SSH and all of those things, and like practicing on each topic, real-time use cases. And DevOps tools, guys, what we'll try to cover is Git, which is kind of a version control system. Okay, what is version control system, how do you track, and all of these things will be explained. Okay, and next we will try to see Maven, which is a build tool for Java based application. You will have like huge number of lines when you are working on a like projects in your real time. You will not have like small program, like let me say, like you can say, mm, so 5,000 something, 50,000 into 9854, this kind of. So you are getting the answer. It is not something small program which can computer understands only ones and zeros, some of the arithmetic operations. Apart from that, it will not be in a position to understand any of the things. So you should compile the code with respect to zeros and ones. Then only you will be able to like system will be able to give the response. So for that compilation, you will try to have some build tools like Maven and Gradle for Java-based applications, Node package manager for Node.js applications, and like pip for Python. So these were called package managers, which you will be understanding in a clear note later. Maven and SonarQube, which is a code quality, code coverage tool. Okay, how much code, how much coverage you have, like what is the line coverage of 90% or branch coverage of 95%, what is the expectation, so that only when the conditions are met, like releases we'll try to do. Don't worry about what is releases, what are these tools and all. Just I'm like putting some light what we'll be understanding down the line over 3 months or 3.5 months. so that you will be getting a clear cluster idea. Okay, these were the topics which we will be understanding on a clear. And next to that, okay, next is JFrog or S3, which is called as artifact storage, guys. Okay, we'll be getting some of the var files which you need to keep into the servers. Okay, so this is called as like this one we'll try to call it as artifact storage. And next we'll try to understand Ansible, and then Docker, then Kubernetes. Ansible is a configuration management. I'm not saying that Ansible can be used as only on configuration management. We'll try to use in different contexts as a we'll try to use as a continuous deployment tool, automation engine. We'll try to use as an automation engine, configuration management tool, and continuous deployment tool as well, and for infrastructure as a code. But we'll try to use some Terraform. Yeah. So yeah, this Ansible, once it is completed, we'll try to understand containerization tool called Docker. What is the advantage from Linux servers to this? Okay, all those things will be covered here. And how do you write Docker files, best practices of Docker file, like multi-stage Docker pipeline, and reducing some of the instructions, because each read write instruction will create an extra layer of bandwidth which tries to increase the length of that bandwidth of the image, which is resource consumption. Ultimately, you need to pay. So all those things. And Kubernetes, which is an orchestration tool, which will try to orchestrate the running containers of Docker. Okay, then we'll try to understand Prometheus and Grafana, which is nothing but like monitoring tools. Anyway, we'll try to understand like CloudWatch. Only one, at least for sure, you should know, guys. It is something CloudWatch. If you try to have CloudWatch, what are metrics and what are alarms? What is SNS? How do you configure that one or this one? Anything? Yeah, we'll try to understand both anyway. It is up to you what you portray yourself that you know in your interview. And Grafana is a visualization dashboard. Okay, and Terraform we'll try to understand, which is an infrastructure as a code. If you want some infra completely, front and back and middleware, all of those things. And Jenkins we'll try to understand, which is a continuous integration tool. That is the reason I have not specified Jenkins in the starting, because it is something where you need to integrate all of your code. Continuous integration tool, it can be Azure DevOps or AWS code. Jenkins or any particular project, guys, you should be able to do it once you are. It can be Circle CI or Bamboo or Travis or Argo CD, or something AWS code build, code pipeline, code commit, or Azure DevOps, anything. The structure you need to understand, the build tools you need to understand, the point of references like pom.xml file or package.json or requirement.txt, and build tools like Maven, Ant, or Gradle, or pip or npm. And further to that, web servers, app servers like Apache Nginx or Tomcat, WebLogic, JBoss. This you need to understand. Once it is done, there you can use any particular tool. Yeah, but we'll try to understand Jenkins. And web servers will try to understand Apache, HTTP, application servers, Tomcat, databases like MySQL, Postgres, all those things we'll try to cover. And once the things of DevOps are completed, or once yeah, Linux and DevOps are completed, we'll try to go with AWS. What is cloud? AWS history, global infrastructure regions, availability zones, IAM users, roles, policies, AWS CLI, access key, secret key, policies, okay, group, roles, JSON, inline policies, okay. What is this? You will be understanding all of these things in a very detailed fashion, but I'm just trying to tell what we are about to learn. That's it, guys. No need to worry. If you don't know anything, that is not at all a problem. Okay, same account and cross account switching roles. Okay, credentials reports. Okay, and access analyzer, AWS organizations, SEPs, levels of storage with respect to S3, ARNs, S3 static website hosting, S3 versionings, S3 permissions, S3 transfer acceleration, S3 multipart, requester pace, pre-signed URLs, S3 course, encryption it is, okay, sorry, KMS service, okay. And it is S3 something a storage service, guys, where you will try to store some of all of you can use S3 for storing all of your logs. You can use S3 for hosting static websites. You can use S3 for storing all of the artifacts. It depends upon all of your use case in organization. S3 encryption, S3 storage class, you will have different storage classes, okay, like Glacier, intelligent tiring, and many other things, standard one zone 1A, these kind of things depends upon, like we'll understand that. S3 life cycle rule, replication rules, S3 select and Glacier, event notifications, access logs, object logs, VPC, what is VPC, what is network, okay, what is CIDR, what is network, what is host, what is complete FQDN, fully qualified domain name, how do you integrate with load balancers, and that one with Route 53, what is like, before that we'll have some clear understanding of DNS, guys. So VPCs, three-tier architecture, subnet, CIDR, internet gateways, NAT gateways, route tables, DNS solutions, jump servers, DNS, and security groups, which are nothing but firewalls, NACLs, NACL versus SG, NAT gateway, hybrid networking, VPN, direct connect, AWS direct connect, and mobile extern. Okay, these things you don't need to worry. Site to site VPC, CloudWatch, like I have told, right, metrics, dashboards, logs, all of these things you need to. How do you create some of the alarm when something goes wrong? Okay, alarms, cloud trial, which is an auditing is. CloudWatch is for resource level monitoring. Cloud trial is with respect to like account based, like who have done what. Okay, activity monitoring tool, it is something, okay. YAML introduction, cloud formation, what is YAML, yet another markup language, okay. How do you represent the data, what is that, what is why we are coming across from XML, what is schema in the background, why what is you like, why people are shifting from XML. Prior we used to have XML in S3, one of the service in one of the use cases with, while implementing S3 in AWS, like there was some XMLs which they are using, but right now completely they had shifted to YAML. Okay, so we'll understand what is cloud formation. Cloud formations on basics we'll try to understand, guys, because anyway we'll try to understand the Terraform. EC2 instance connect, sessions manager, okay. EC2 with IAM, VPC flow logs, VPC gateway endpoints. Still much with VPC. I can't tell many of the things. Okay, and EBS, elastic block storage, okay, which is kind of a hard disk snapshot, which is a backup of EC2 instances, or EBS kind of things, volumes. Okay, AMI, Amazon mission image, complete mission backup. How do you have like AMI or volumes, which is a backup? How do you migrate from one region to another region? How do you attach that particular migration to instances? Scaling, auto scaling. How do you scale up the server whenever you are trying to have some huge load? Whenever you are having, okay, like increasing the servers, decreasing the servers, depending upon your metrics based scaling, like CPU, or time based scaling, okay, or like you will have different scaling policies which we will be understanding in detail. You can have metrics based scaling or time based scaling, or different kinds of scaling. Route 53, which is nothing but DNS works on port 53. What is port and everything we'll try to understand. Route 53, so let's say, if you try to see, guys, google.com, so this is the IP, okay. Google.com, if I try to give, okay, sorry. So you are getting this page here itself. If I give that this one, you will be getting the same page. IP resolver, DNS. Okay. So all these things, multiple hopes will be happening. Okay. First, it tries to reach to your local cache, then ISP, nearby ISP, and after that, Google DNS 8.8.4.4, 4.4, sorry, and like 4. Like IPs will be there. I don't want to confuse. And next to that, load balancers, DNS, like lot many hopes will be happening. So this Route 53 CloudFront, which is on latency, like you can decrease all of your latency and increase your performance. EFS, Elastic File Systems, RDS, which is database, ELB load balancers, ACM, WAF, Web Application Firewall. So you will be having DDoS attacks, MySQL injections, and further to that, CXX injections and IP spoofing. So these kind of things, in order to mitigate what you will try to do, because these web servers are highly vulnerable, which can have some DDoS attacks, denial of service attacks, which you can have. So WAF service will try to see, Shield will try to see, and config will try to see, inspector will try to see, guard duty, security services, this were, and security hub, and Redshift. Okay, which is kind of a, after database at fourth tier, you'll try to have migrations, will try to see, compute optimizer, trusted advisor, Elastic Beanstalk, System Manager, Lambda, AWS Cognito, DynamoDB, Athena, okay, SES, SNS, so X-Ray, okay, okay, sorry. That's all we'll try to see. So, like, all these services we'll try to understand on a clear note, guys. Just a second. So this particular training gets started from May 27th, and yeah, after this completion of this course, you can portray that you can have your experience depending upon from 3 to 5 years. Yes, if you work very hard. On a clear note, it depends. Okay, it depends. Okay, how hard work you are doing, how much of hard work you are trying to do, those, like, it depends how we'll try to give you the assignments, tasks, and projects as well we'll do. Okay, 3 projects we'll try to do, end to end we'll try to do. Okay, so all those things will be covered, and whatever we promise, for sure we'll try to deliver. And assignments at times, like whenever it is possible for all of the people. Okay, on Saturdays or Sundays, after course is like about to wind it up, we will have mock interviews, and interview preparation skills and tips and notes will be shared. Daily running notes will be shared, guys. Daily things will be shared. So let me show you. Mm, I did not have. Just a second, guys. So you can see, guys, here. Okay, all the things like batch 4 or any batch will try to share all the things, like daily class will be held. Like, let's say all the notes will be shared, okay, in YouTube private or via drive. So everyday class and process management and notes will be shared, and whatever we try to execute, all those things will be delivered. Okay, you no need to worry about anything, all the things will be given. So running notes will be given, and history, history commands, whatever we try to execute over terminal, every day will be given, day by day, for sure. And it will take some time, 3 hours or 2 hours, to deliver all of the things. Mm. Every day running notes and history will be given. Okay, it gets started from scratch. So history, whatever we have executed. I'm just showing. Okay. And people, like, we are having like have shared, right? Okay. Like yeah, and we are all okay, we are also giving some pfs and everything, all of the things you can discuss with admin team, and you can start asking your doubts, guys. I want like two-way communications. Any small doubt you can go ahead and ask me. Guys, am I audible? You can unmute and talk, guys. Yeah. Banu Teja, Yashwant, Famid, Sridhar, Anil Kumar, Tejas, Sridhar, Shankar, Rocky, హర్ష జొన్నలగడ్డ. ఎనీ డౌట్స్ గైస్? ఆమె ఆడిబుల్? నా వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా అండి అందరికి?
యూఆర్ ఆడిబుల్.
యా. ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? ఏమైనా అడగచ్చండి, ఏం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు.
నేను మధ్యలో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను, సారీ. అంటే మీరు చెప్పినంత వరకు అయితే నాకు సిలబస్ టాపిక్ అయితే బాగా అనిపించింది.
ఓకే. అండ్ ఇంకా కొన్ని సర్వీసెస్ యాడ్ చేయాలండి. ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ 50 సర్వీసెస్ కవర్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాము. ఓకే.
ఓకే.
సో లైక్ ఐ డోంట్ నో, లైక్ అప్ టు అండ్ ఫైనలైజ్ సర్వీసెస్ చెప్తాం యాక్చువల్. ఎందుకంటే ఐ వాంట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ టు గివ్ ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అడ్మిన్ కి టార్గెట్ చేయొచ్చు జాబ్స్, అండ్ ఆల్సో మీరు డెవాప్స్ కి టార్గెట్ చేయాలి, లైనెక్స్ కి కూడా టార్గెట్ చేయాలి, ఏ దానికైనా. సో ఐ ట్రై టు షో యాక్టివ్ ఓపెనింగ్స్ 1,00,000 ఉన్నాయండి. యాక్టివ్
విపిఎన్ లో సర్వీస్ చెప్పారు కదండి, విపిఎన్ లో ఒక అంటే సర్వర్స్ చెప్పారు, సంథింగ్ సర్వర్స్ టాపిక్, అది నాకు అర్థం కాలేదండి.
విపిసి ఫ్లో లాక్స్,
ఫ్లో లాక్ సర్వర్స్ చెప్పారు, విపిసి లో సర్వర్స్ అని సంథింగ్ ఏదో చెప్పారు.
చూద్దాంలే అండి, అది జస్ట్ ఏం కాదు, అదేం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఇక్కడ రాసినవన్నీ మేము ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తాం. జస్ట్ నో నీడ్ టు
ఓకే.
వరీ. ఇప్పుడు లైక్ డెవాప్స్ ఓపెనింగ్స్ చూసుకుంటే లింక్డ్
ఓకే.
ఇన్ లో కానీ ఆల్ ఓవర్ ఇండియా, సో యాక్టివ్ ఓపెనింగ్స్ రిమోట్ జాబ్స్ కానీ ఏవైనా సరే, టు ట్రై టు సీ 29,000 అండ్ 33,453. సో చాలా ఓపెనింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయండి, 10,000 plus. Let me show these people were other people who are trying to have. Okay, should not show this, but not a problem. I'll try to show. So you have n number of openings, n number of interviews which are like getting scheduled. Okay, so if you try to see HCL directly, or some or the other things. Okay, current classifications, and I should not show number. Okay, fine. So you'll try to have HCL director as well, who have taken Laura Joshi. She's a vice president of HCL. On-site opportunities. Like you should clear the interview, guys. Something. First, you should clear the interviews. There were n number of openings, n number of things which are happening, like which are you'll be getting on a daily note. Lot many interviews will be there. Like you can see persistent companies and people who are all from non-IT as well, they can shift, and people who are all from who have genuine experience, who have gap as well, they can. If you don't have dual employments, even if you have dual employments, you can start from with the small, I can say, స్మాల్ ఉన్నా సరే, అంటే చిన్న కంపెనీస్ కి ట్రై చేయొచ్చండి, డ్యూయల్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్స్ ఉన్న. దట్ ఇస్ వన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ స్కిల్, యూ కెన్ పర్సిస్టెన్స్ డెవాప్స్ ఓపెనింగ్స్. అన్ని కంపెనీస్‌లో ఉంటున్నాయండి మ్యాక్స్ టు మ్యాక్స్. అండ్ యాస్ ఆఫ్ నౌ it's decent technology. Okay, you can give a try everything, and soon, like we don't know whether the openings will be winded up again. So try to use the opportunities. We'll be there to help you out till you till like if any particular problem is there regarding resume guidance or anything. Okay, Infosys openings, టీసీఎస్లో అయితే ఇంకా కుప్పలు ఉన్నాయండి. బట్ జెన్యున్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉండాలి. If you have genuine experience, lot many openings were there. ప్రాపర్‌గా చూసి, నార్మల్‌గా చూసుకొని, ఇవన్నీ చూసుకుంటే చాలు. ఓకే.
2 ఇయర్స్ ఎక్స్‌పీరియన్స్ అవునండి. ఇప్పుడు నాకు జెన్యూన్‌గా 2 ఇయర్స్ ఎక్స్‌పీరియన్స్ ఉంది. సో, దాంతో
చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఏం ప్రాబ్లమ్ లేదు.
నేను ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్
చాలా
చేశాను. 2 ఇయర్స్ జెన్యూన్ ఎక్స్‌పీరియన్స్.
2 ఇయర్స్ ఎక్స్‌పీరియన్స్ ఉన్నా సరే చాలండి. జెన్యూన్ ఉంటే చాలు. టీసీఎస్‌కి చాలా వస్తాయి. జెన్యూన్ ఉంటే ఇంకా భయపడాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు.
అదే
లేకపోతే
అదే
కొంచెం
సోలారిస్ పైన 2 ఇయర్స్ నుంచి చేస్తున్నాను. సో,
ఆ! ఇప్పుడు మీరిక్కడ చూస్తే నార్మల్‌గా ఎన్నో ఓపెనింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎన్నో ఆఫర్స్ ఉన్నాయి అంటే చాలా మందికి చాలా ఓపెనింగ్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు షో నార్మల్‌గా. ఓకే.
ఓకే అండి. ఓకే.
సో, జేడీ మీరు చూస్తే అన్నిట్లో ఎట్లుంది అని చెక్ చేస్తే ఏమేమి అడుగుతారు చూడండి మీరు. ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్, వర్కింగ్ విత్ కుబర్నెటిస్, డాకర్, ఓకే, గిట్లాబ్, జెన్కిన్స్, యాన్సిబుల్, టెరాఫార్మ్, ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్, హెల్త్ చెక్స్ అండ్ డాష్‌బోర్డ్స్. సో, ఇవన్నీ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ ఓపెన్ ఎస్ఎస్ఎల్ సర్టిఫికేట్. మనం ఈసీఎం చూసినాం కదా! ఆ సర్వీస్ కనెక్ట్ అయితది.
ఓకే.
ఓకే. బోనస్ ఇవన్నీ ఉంటాయి. సో, పైథాన్ గాని, స్క్రిప్టింగ్ నాకు ఇదొచ్చిన అని చెప్పినా చాలండి. సో, 90% వాట్ మార్కెట్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్‌పెక్టింగ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ లైక్ మేము పెట్టినాం నార్మల్‌గా. మీరు చూస్తే వీళ్ళకి వేరే దాంట్లో గూడా ఆఫర్స్ వచ్చినాయి చాలా.
ఓకే.
హ్మ్.
ఓకే. ఆ!
సో, కంపెనీ నేమ్
హలో.
యాహ్!
షెల్
యాహ్!
షెల్ స్క్రిప్టింగ్ పైన జాబ్స్ ఉంటాయా?
ఓన్లీ షెల్ స్క్రిప్టింగ్ మీద ఉండవండి. ఓన్లీ షెల్ స్క్రిప్టింగ్ మీద
ఆన్సిబుల్
ఉండవు.
అండ్
వేరే
స్క్రిప్టింగ్ వచ్చు.
ఆన్సిబుల్ అండ్ స్క్రిప్టింగ్ వచ్చా? కొన్ని టూల్స్ డాకర్ అండ్ కుబర్నెటిస్ అనేది బూమింగ్ ఉంది గదా! అది నేర్చుకోవాలి మీరు. కొద్దిగా క్లౌడ్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉండి, కొద్దిగా డాకర్ కుబర్నెటిస్ ఉండి, దాంతో పాటు ఏదో ఒక టూల్ 2 ఆర్ 3 టూల్స్ ఉండి, మేజర్‌గా దీని మీద చేసిన, దాని మీద జస్ట్ ఐడియా ఉంది. ఇన్ ద లాస్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఐ వాస్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ దిస్ అని చెప్పినా చాలు.
ఓకే. ఓకే.
క్లౌడ్ ఉంది.
ఎనీ అదర్ డౌట్స్? నాన్ ఐటీలకెంచి వస్తున్నా సరే ఐటీకి మూవ్ అవ్వచ్చు. అదేం పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ గాదు. డీసెంట్ ఎక్స్‌పీరియన్స్ ఉండి, ప్యాకేజ్ తక్కువున్న ఏం పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ గాదు. సో, ఎంఎన్‌సీస్‌కి ట్రై చేస్తున్నప్పుడు మాత్రం డ్యూయల్ ఎంప్లాయ్‌మెంట్స్ ఉండకుండా ఉంటే చాలు. సో, ఏవో ఒక కంపెనీస్ వస్తాయండి. అండ్ మీరు నార్మల్‌గా ఓకే ఉన్నారు ఒక హార్డ్ వర్క్ చేయడానికి. ఏ లొకేషన్ అయినా పర్లేదు. డే 1 ఆఫీస్ అయినా పర్లేదు. అండ్ చిన్న కంపెనీ అయినా, పెద్ద కంపెనీ అయినా పర్లేదు అని అనుకుంటే మీకు నార్మల్‌గా కోర్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత 1 మంత్ స్ట్రగుల్ చేస్తే జాబ్ వచ్చేస్తది. The conditions are something what I have told. Okay, you should see the conditions, all those things as well, keeping in mind. And if you are okay, let me write over notepad. Any location and day 1 office, small or big company, anything is fine. ఇవన్నీ కండిషన్స్ మీట్ అయితే మీకు నార్మల్‌గా కోర్స్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత గట్టి స్ట్రగుల్ చేస్తే 1 మంత్‌లో వస్తదండి. అంటే నాకు ఇదే కంపెనీలో గావాలి. ఓకే, ఇదే జాబ్ గావాలి. ఇదే సాలరీ గావాలి. సాలరీ కన్‌స్ట్రెయింట్స్ కొంచెం అటు ఇటు అయినా సరే. డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ యువర్ థింగ్ సాలరీ కన్‌స్ట్రెయింట్ ఏం లేకపోయినప్పుడు. యాహ్! మీరు ఫేక్ పెట్టుకున్నా, ఏం పెట్టుకున్నా, ఏవి చెప్పినా నడుస్తది. వన్స్ యూ హావ్ డీసెంట్ సబ్జెక్ట్. I strongly believe even if you have genuine experience and if you are unable to perform some of the tasks, okay, if you are unable to do the work, యూ విల్ బి ఫైర్డ్. మీరు నార్మల్గా మీకు ఎంత వచ్చినా, ఎంత జెన్యున్ ఉన్నా, ఏవైనా సరే, మీరు పిహెచ్డి చేసినా సరే, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు డూ ద వర్క్, దట్ ఈస్ వేస్ట్. అంటే అది ప్రాజెక్ట్ బట్టి ఉంటుంది, ప్రాజెక్ట్లో ఉంటుంది. అంటే వాళ్ళకి వర్క్ లేదు అది ఇది అని అనొచ్చు. సో సమ్ పీపుల్ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ వర్క్ యూ కెన్ కమెంట్, బట్ దట్స్ నాట్ గ్రాంటెడ్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ వన్. సో మీ మీద ఎవరు పడుతున్నారు, ఏ ప్రాజెక్ట్ మేనేజర్ పడుతున్నారు, నార్మల్గా ఏ కంపెనీకి వెళ్తున్నారు, ఎంత వర్క్ ఉంటుంది, వర్క్ లోడ్ ఉంటుంది, ఇవన్నీ కన్స్ట్రెంట్స్, ఇవన్నీ పరిగణలోకి వస్తాయి అన్నమాట. సో కెనాట్ జస్ట్ సే లైక్ వాళ్ళ కిస్మత్ బాగుండొచ్చేమో కానీ, బట్ వన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ డీసెంట్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ యూ విల్ బీ హ్యాపీలీ ఏబుల్ టు వర్క్ in anywhere. Initial struggle అయినా సరే, you can start aiming like, let's say initially you can start as a Linux admin, then you can go as a build and release engineer, once release engineer, and then you can have deployment engineer, junior deployment engineer, deployment engineer, cloud associate, and further to that junior DevOps engineer, DevOps, senior DevOps, team lead, and further to that, next to that, architect or project manager, group level project manager. Okay, so and after that, architect, something spelling, sorry. And further, associate to vice president, associate to director. నీకు పైసలు ఉంటే నార్మల్ సిఇఓ కూడా అవ్వచ్చు. యా, సో యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు రీచ్ గ్రేట్ హైట్స్ వన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ సబ్జెక్ట్. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ బిలీవ్ స్ట్రాంగ్లీ. Yeah, depend upon your experience, you can aim any particular course, okay, any particular role in any of the organization. జాబ్స్ కూడా ఈజీ ఉంటాయండి. బెంగళూరు ఐటీ సెస్ రాస్తాను నేను, ఐటీ సెస్. సో యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఢిల్లీ, ఎన్సిఆర్, ముంబై, బెంగళూరులో ఎన్ని ఉంటాయంటే 70,000 కంపెనీలు ఉన్నాయండి. ఓకే, అండ్ కోయంబత్తూర్, ఐ మీన్ చెన్నై is also having some like Kolkata, West Bengal have some companies, and Hyderabad will be last. Actually, Hyderabad is something registered, నేను అంటుంది రిజిస్టర్డ్, ఎంసీఏ, ఐఎస్ఓ సర్టిఫైడ్. ఓకే, ఇవన్నీ చూసుకుంటే హైదరాబాద్లో ఎన్ని ఉంటాయంటే, హైదరాబాద్ కంపెనీస్ అని కొడితే ఒక 700 చిల్లర వస్తాయి. ఐటీ కంపెనీ కౌంట్ అని కొడితే 700 వస్తున్నాయి. అదే బెంగళూరులో కొడితే, బెంగళూరు ఐటీ కంపెనీస్ కౌంట్ అని కొడితే సో 67,000. సో గల్లీ నార్మల్గా ఐటీ, గల్లీ నార్మల్గా చిన్న కంపెనీ, పెద్ద కంపెనీ ఇవన్నీ చూసుకోకుండా జాబ్ ట్రై చేస్తాము అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఈజీ అండి. ఫైన్, స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ అండ్ థింగ్స్ వర్ అపార్ట్, జస్ట్ నార్మల్ చెప్పినా అండి. యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్ రిగార్డింగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్ కానీ, కోర్స్ డ్యూరేషన్ కానీ, టైమింగ్స్ కానీ, అడ్మిన్ నెంబర్ ఉంది కదా, దానికి కాల్ చేయొచ్చండి. టెక్ ఐటీ ఫ్యాక్టరీ ఉంటుంది. ఎనీ అదర్ డౌట్స్ గైస్ ఓవర్ ద వెబ్? ఆమ్ ఐ ఆడబుల్? స్ట్రాంగ్ ఉండాలండి వాయిస్, కాన్ఫిడెంట్ ఉండాలి. ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే ఎస్ ఐ డూ హ్యావ్ డౌట్స్ అని చెప్పాలి, లేకపోతే వీఆర్ గుడ్ టు గో అని చెప్పాలి.
ఇప్పుడు ఇది డిప్లొమా మీద కూడా ఏమైనా వస్తాయండి ఇవి? డిప్లొమా మీద కూడా ఏమైనా జాబ్స్?
అవునండి, డిప్లొమా ఇస్ ఆల్సో డిగ్రీ, రైట్? ఇంటర్ అనేది
Okay.
డిగ్రీ కాదు, కానీ డిప్లొమాలో మీరు ట్రై చేయొచ్చు. యా, ఎంఎన్సీస్ ఒప్పుకోకపోయినా స్టార్టప్స్ ఓకే అంటే. Degree లేకపోయినా
Okay.
and I should not talk like that, but yeah, you can try, guys.
Okay.
Once you have skill. Any other doubts? Or good to wind up? Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all of your valuable, precious, productive time. Let's meet on 27th at the same time. Okay. Meeting links and everything will be shared from the admin team. I'll be, this is the admin number. You can note it down and you can call them if you have any particular doubts. Let me note it down here. Okay. 63055598849. Yes, where like all the documents, everything will be shared, guys. In the drive, everything it will be shared. So this is the number, guys. You can talk to this particular team. Bit of in SRE as well, we'll try to talk, because you just need to have some idea with respect to service level agreement, service level objectives, observability, reliability, high availability, fault tolerance, meantime reports, error budgets, toils, post-mortem reports, and all of these things. So you can note it down, this particular number, and if you have any questions regarding the course or timings or duration or syllabus or anything, or the location, with respect to online or offline, people who are all interested for offline, yeah, you can come. So all those details will be shared to this, and course fee details, everything. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all of your valuable time once again.